Hi, this is Lizzie, and today we're going to talk about the role of digital brands in reviving the Indian economy. At the moment, there's a lot of speculation about which global economy will revive first from the COVID pandemic. Economists are predicting that India has a fair chance of a faster revival, thanks to factors such as the demographic dividend. We have a much younger workforce. Also, that we have an economy that is much less linked to global trade, and that in parts of India, especially rural and semi-urban areas, the COVID impact has been quite limited. But we think there's a much more important factor at play here, and this might lead to the biggest revival of any global economy, and that is the digital economy. India, as a market, has been quietly building some of the best digital infrastructure in the world over the last few years. It won't have escaped your notice that we have some of the cheapest mobile data available anywhere on Earth. Indian consumers consume 15 times more mobile data than their counterparts in the West, and that means that they're much faster to adopt digital products and practices. We also see phenomenal investment in digital infrastructure, such as India Stack, and our government's been supporting the build out of rails such as UPI to make payments cheap, fast and instant for everybody in the country. We have a phenomenal level of financial digital adoption, with people using payment apps such as Google Pay and Phone Pay as naturally as they used cash a few years ago. So we have a very, very strong belief that the digital adoption that we see in this market will be one of the reasons that the economy can revive faster, especially if brands and companies in the technology space work hard together to drive that digital adoption. In our own sector, financial services, it's never been more apparent. Over the last 3 months, a fascinating bifurcation has happened, whereby financial brands that had adopted digital and had a true digital DNA have seen a complete continuity of business services. Their business is carried on as normal, their customers are engaged, and in the lending space, that means that they're still paying and the business is thriving. We know some digital lenders who have actually gone back to pre-COVID levels of digital origination. On the other hand, you have more traditional incumbent NBFCs who are having a very difficult time in this environment. They depended on physical processes, physical collections, and their customers are really struggling to connect with these brands at this time. You're seeing real weakness in those players. And we believe this will be one of the biggest drivers of digital adoption in the financial industry. Across the board, no matter where a company was in its digital journey, COVID has proven that they need to speed up their digital adoption, and they have to become a leading light in their industry at allowing the customer to connect digitally. At ZestMoney, obviously we think we're ahead of the curve. We've built a platform that doesn't just allow customers to interact with us digitally, but it enables us to operate completely normally, even in a complete lockdown environment. That's because our back-end processes and operations are completely automated. So collections, servicing, and all the things that go into creating our lending product can continue, even in a very difficult environment. We're grateful for that investment, but we're also excited to see that investment across other firms in our space. There's never been a better time to drive a digital agenda in your industry. And we implore all the other digital brands, not just in the financial services space, but in every single sector, to not waste this opportunity to drive digital adoption within their organization and within their customer base. There has never been a more obvious time to say the future is digital.